Hi everyone, I'm back. It's Ashley. I wanted to come on and make a couple more videos about getting people prepared for the LMSW license exam. I know a lot of people are probably anxious about it and have some, uh, test anxiety. So I just wanted to give a few tips again and see if I could help a little bit with some of your studying. So today I went and if you watched my first video about the exam and how I passed it on the first try, I told you all that I made some index cards, which I did, and so I went and dug out my stuff and said that I should probably make a video to help some people out. So I want to talk about defense mechanisms in this video. Um, Defense mechanisms were, I, I won't say discovered or founded by Sigmund Freud and his daughter Anna Freud, but they were the ones to supposedly develop the defense mechanisms, but more so Anna Freud than Sigmund. So, defense mechanisms are basically unconscious protective processes that keep your primitive emotions, your early emotions from childhood associated with conflict in check, so that the ego can coordinate between the superego and the id, and we'll talk about that in another video. But basically, defense mechanisms are coping styles, how we cope with things, and I'll give you some examples as we go through them. And I'm going to try not to make this a very long video because who wants to watch long videos? I don't. I guess the most common defense mechanism is denial. That's just when you are refusing to believe that something has happened. You know, it's when, say you had, well, I'll just tell something from my own life since this is honest conversation. I had a little cousin that was killed. She was only 2 years old. She was killed by her mom's boyfriend. And when I first heard the news, I was completely in denial. It was like, this does not happen in my family. This doesn't happen to us. This is not true. And I did not want to accept it. I did not want to believe it. And so I just refused to acknowledge reality until I had to. So that's basically what denial is. Displacement is one that you'll see all over YouTube, all over the internet, and it's basically transferring feelings about a response to an object that causes discomfort onto another, usually less threatening object or person. And they always give you the example of when your boss gets mad at you and chastises you, and then you go home and kick the dog, or you get mad at your wife or your boyfriend or whoever. That's less threatening than your boss, because you can't get mad and go off on your boss because you'll get fired, or some people do and they don't care about getting fired. But if a kid is being bullied at school by a bigger kid, and then they get home and their little brother or sister is there who's smaller than them, they may go and try to push their little sister or brother around. So that's an example of displacement. Projection is one that I kind of struggled with in the beginning. It's falsely attributing your own unacceptable impulses or thoughts onto another object or person. So, and the one example that was given that helped me to memorize this one was when someone is accusing their partner or spouse of cheating. So, but when in actuality they themselves are cheating. So I may go, if I'm dating someone, and I'll say, oh, well, Wade, why are you always not answering your phone? Why don't you come over every Friday and Saturday like you used to? You must be cheating. But all the while, I'm actually seeing someone on the side. But I'm saying these things to him to kind of, make myself feel like it's okay that I'm cheating. So projection is basically putting your thoughts and feelings and placing them on someone else, um, so that I guess you cope with what you're doing, because defense mechanisms are coping styles and coping skills. So projection is just that. You're projecting your own feelings and emotions onto someone else. Hopefully that's a good example. If not, I'll try to think of another one and get back with you in another video. Rationalization is another one, and that's concealing your true motivations for your actions, thoughts, feelings through elaborate, reassuring, or self-serving but incorrect explanations. So, you know, rationalizing anything to help you cope with reality. So let's say, okay, I was projecting my feelings onto Wade, my cheating thoughts and behaviors onto Wade, and then Wade in turn breaks up with me because he's tired of me um, accusing him when he's not doing anything. And so after he breaks up with me, I'm rationalizing with myself, and I'm saying, well, I didn't need to be with him anyway because he was cheating on me anyway. He was cheating on me too, because I was projecting what I was actually doing onto him. But so I'm trying to rationalize why he broke up with me in order to cope, because maybe Wade was a better partner or boyfriend than the guy I was cheating on him with, and so maybe I'm not talking to that guy that I was cheating on him with anymore, and so I'm feeling really bad that Wade broke up with me. So in order to cope, I'm rationalizing that I didn't need him anyway because he was a cheater anyway, and that kind of thing. Reaction formation was another one that I struggled with, um, and that's basically when you substitute behavior, thoughts, feelings, and other emotions that are direct opposite of unacceptable ones. And the example that I found that helped me with reaction formation was when you're in grade school and you like a kid, or a kid likes you, and you bully that kid, you punch the kid in the arm, you do all these things that are the complete opposite of how you really feel about the kid. So instead of just telling the kid, hey, I like you, you know, I'm just gonna be mean to you instead. So that's reaction formation. I'm substituting behaviors and thoughts and feelings that are direct opposite of how I really feel. And then you have repression, which is blocking disturbing wishes, thoughts, experiences from your conscious awareness. And we do that a lot. When something bad happens to us, we kind of repress those thoughts so that we won't think of them. And a lot of times we think about other things. Whenever we start getting those thoughts in our heads, we start thinking about other things to kind of cloud those thoughts, to get those thoughts out of our minds. Sublimation is the last one I'll talk about here in this video, and it's when we direct potentially maladaptive feelings or impulses into socially acceptable behavior. So, people who do certain things that are not acceptable in society, they find ways to use that, I guess, burden or unacceptable behavior to do something positive. So, um, let's see, an example would be if I'm always marking up all the buildings downtown with graffiti, you know, which is against the law. If I do that all the time and I'm always getting citations for that, but then instead I go and I find an art class, or if I join an art group that does legal murals around town and in other places, instead of me using, my graffiti as a negative thing, I'm turning it into a positive thing by doing something legal instead of illegally vandalizing property. So those are defense mechanisms. if you have any questions about anything, leave them in the comment box and I will answer them as best as I can. I am by no means an expert in any of this, but I am just explaining to the best of my knowledge uh, what these topics and things mean to me. So if you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.